Rob and Rachel and I met with the auditor since our last meeting, and we discovered that we are running a deficit in our sewer rate. So if we want to continue to run a deficit, we leave it the same. If we don't want to continue to run a deficit, I think we're going to have to raise our sewer rates. But again, tonight's not the night to make that decision. It's just planting the seed that next month we're going to have to make a decision. As I look at it right now, I would not recommend anything outrageous because the deficit was minimal. But a 50 cent a quarter, whatever, they go out quarterly, right? Sewer rate? Quarter. So 25 to 50 cent raise quarterly, I don't think is unreasonable since I don't think they've been changed ever. And that's back since late 1980s.
No. I did a sewer study
Okay,
for the rates.
okay,
That's, and you can't just raise water rates. You have to go through a study, if I'm not mistaken, in the state of Michigan. Otherwise, the Public Service Commission will get involved in this.
okay.
And you have to justify your charge before you can do that.
So we've got a sewer study going on right now, right?
And we've done a wastewater study,
A little bit
so,
different study, but
right.
same system.
Okay. All right, so we got more work to do.
Well, I think
That's fine.
we did water, because you punch all the homeowners into the rates and all that, and it comes back. And
Correct.
we were under the threshold. But now with sewer,
The cost of maintenance on the sewer system
Yeah.
has went up since the last sewer study has been done. Now another sewer study needs to be done before we raise the rates. We own
Yeah.
the program, Rural Water Association
Yeah.
did it for us, and we bought the program. But you have to do a rate study at this point. And this kind of goes hand in hand with Jennifer on the feasibility study.
There again, this is under new business, planting the seed that we're gonna have, we've got an issue that we need to address. So if we need the study, then
yeah,
we'll have
well,
to do that and we'll come back at it, so.
our net cash in the sewer is $1,642. So if we don't do something, we are gonna be running into a deficit. So,
So we're gonna move on from that, go ahead.
If I can add a minute to that, I didn't realize sewer rate was on the agenda. But part of, we're under contract to do a sewer study, and one of it, and it's looking at the long term. And not only improvements, but condition of your existing assets and what's left as far as condition and longevity and life cycle. And so you'll get a good handle as to your existing infrastructure as well, and helping, as Sam had indicated, with your rates. And we'll be looking at, maintenance costs and long-term to maintain those existing assets too. And because Sam's correct, you do have to look at everything has a life cycle associated with it, whether it's a pump, it's 15-year, 20-year. And so part of that report will tell you what's remaining for the life cycle of your existing assets to help you for budgeting for future improvements as well. And when you're looking at your sewer rates, what impact that will have for planning purposes. So they do go hand in hand in some respects. So at least I'll be able to give you numbers for long-term improvements to even maintain your existing assets, so that when you're looking at your sewer study for your rates, you can plug those values in.
so we use the updated values, not the older values.
Correct.
Thank you. We'll move on. More of that will follow. Action items, common area caretaker employee. We only had one inquiry. Her name is Catherine Ring. They bought a house, she and her husband bought Thayer's house on Thomas Street last summer, I guess it was. And Catherine grew up here and graduated from high school in 1970. She and her husband lived down in the Jackson area. She owned her own business for a while. She was also a master gardener. And I'm asking that the council approve her appointment as our flower lady downtown.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Been moved and supported to hire her. Any further discussion? All in favor of that motion, say aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Very good. Deficit elimination plan. This we started last year with Thurston Park because we did the improvements down there. We ran over budget. And the auditor requests that we keep with the program of eliminating that deficit, which we think will be done by the end of this year, but certainly by the end of next year. So I need a motion to approve the deficit elimination plan. Thank you. Can't find my copy. It's in there somewhere. Any questions?
Just make a motion to continue.
I need a motion to accept what you see in your, if you,
I make the
okay. Bill made the motion to accept the deficit elimination plan.
I'll support.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? We'll roll call it. We are spending money, but certainly within budget.
Chapman?
motion. Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Lovell?
Yes.
Patton?
Yes.
Kirk?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, signage agreement with Paddle Antrim. We've all listened to Dina. Do we have any issues?
I'll make a motion to approve the signage agreement with Cattle Antrim.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion has carried. A financial contribution will be in another month. Okay. I think that's all that I have, except for the council has the logos. I just would like a little feedback as to which one you like at this stage.
I like them both.
Hey Larry, I'm gonna give any context to this? Jennifer's not here who designed it, but I can,
Yep,
okay.
give some context, and I have a question for her, but go
Okay,
ahead.
she wasn't able to make it today. So she's worked with the Pure Michigan people when the governor's folks came up. They put us in touch with them, so Pure Michigan has seen the logo with the tree. She has since emailed it with the loon. There was some feedback that the loon is more indicative of Intermediate Lake, and it's what we have, but the center is really the core theme. We're in the center of Gaylord, Petoskey, Traverse City, but obviously there's lots of recreational opportunities around here, Four Seasons, that we can plug more stuff in there as it becomes specialized, car shows, fireworks, to shoot, to kind of go on the center for recreation, but for branding, and this came from Pure Michigan, they really thought that center coming off of Central Lake would be a good theme for people to remember us for, come back to your center kind of thing. So that was the premise of that, and they sort of like the orange and blue, not only the sun and the water, but that's also Central Lake colors. So that's kind of, she could probably explain it a lot better than I did, but that's kind of the premise behind it.
As I lay awake some nights thinking about things, it occurred to me, why couldn't we use both of them rather than
Good.
just one?
Yeah, good.
If they had the same background as far as the circle and the sunrise or set, however you want to look at it, you could intersperse the trees or the moons both ways. The loon is the community down the road adopted the loon as our community bird. We could eliminate the tree, or if it works out to where both of them is not an issue, then maybe we'd be known for both of them rather than just one of them. So that was my one thought one night, so.
I mean, can we I wonder what he's saying, can we downsize the loom to fit into this?
Yeah, you can do.
That way, you know, coordinate the two, this one
I
here.
know it started with a white
Yeah.
balloon, but that's. we
But
put
then you
black
still got
and
the
white houses.
sunrise, you got the tree, you got the orange and the blue.
And we're starting to get quite a few loons around here now. It's very
Yes, we are.
good to see and
It's a sign of a very clean lake, so.
people enjoy seeing.
I like your center for recreation, I like that, that really is good, instead of just the center.
I'm still struggling with center. I'm sorry, it's
All right.
just, it sounds like a building
Okay.
versus an area, and I think that's what we're trying to promote is the area, so much.
Right.
But lack of a better word, I don't have it, but.
Well, it started out
Yeah.
with, it's equidistant, Traverse City, Gaylord, Petoskey, you know, kind of those, we're right in the center of that,
Right.
where a lot of people already go
Yeah,
anyway.
I get your philosophy on it.
Yeah.
I'm struggling kind of with it, and it's just, it sounds, my first reading of it is, we talked about this the other day at the planning too, that it feels like it's a building, you know, like a rec center.
So you're saying when you use the word "the" in front of it?
No, just get rid of the word center and replace it with a synonym of some sort.
Well, I think the whole, I think you recommended your, because it did start out as 3 words, center for recreation, but then we made it your center
I
for.
really like that.
Yeah.
We discussed that last.
Your
week.
center for recreation, yeah.
That
That's
sounds
what I
a whole
thought
lot
we
better.
Well,
discussed.
that's why we have that in front of us, is because we discussed it last month, so we're trying to narrow it down is what we're trying to do. Bill made a good suggestion of putting the loon on one side and the tree on the other side. And use both of them in the heading.
Oh, I see, take it right off there.
The cursor, should Central Lakes in cursor. The other comment was, your center for recreation or whatever's chosen would be in cursive as well, just a smaller print.
The local logos.
I think they both look great, thank you, but I think we have to stay with your,
Yes.
Absolutely.
yeah, that's my only
It's
comment.
speaking to the person that's reading this.
Right,
They say, oh, it's
you
mine.
make it personal, yeah.
Brings in the geographical location, but also the your center
Or man.
too.
Yeah. And again, Jennifer's been a professional graphic designer for 24 years, but she worked with Pure Michigan guys on the, you know, what worked in other communities around Michigan, so it's kind of, we're very too.
The loon is more attractive, it's more eye-catching.
I like
I
it.
think you put both of them
And I
in.
think if you put both on there, once, you can try to put it like on a business card, it's gonna be too small to see all the details.
That's
So now we got Gary's Cabin, what's it called?
I don't know which one I like. I like them both.
Yeah.
Put them on each end.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Okay, we'll take that feedback back, we'll have some other issues, or other examples next month, I'm sure.
Yep.
That's all I have, unless somebody else has something else.
Jennifer?
You're gonna let her talk?
Jennifer?
Getting late.
Wait till we need
Got another
it.
cup-
I laryngitis.
got another cup of coffee?
A few updates, I was hopeful to have better updates, but, I had given Rob and Sam, I had came in and toured some of the well houses, just having some side discussions as far as well controls, lead and copper rules, and so I won't bore everyone with that. But just trying to see what we can do to mainstream some of the controls and just keeping up to date with DEQ as far as lead and copper rules are concerned. With that being said, I had put out the bridge rehab out for bids and the sewer televising out for bids, with no response on the sewer televising from any contractors. And as far as the bridge repairs were concerned, our engineer's estimate was under $40,000, and received one bid from a contractor out of Hudsonville for $340,000. So apparently they misunderstood about the complete bridge replacement. With that being said, regrouped, because this was posted in the Record Eagle, it's posted on our website, and also on MEDA, which is a large state contractor website. And, so we did our normal due diligence, but I did reach out to all my local contacts with contractors locally in the area. And basically, as far as the bridge was concerned, everybody is so inundated with work, which we all know. They read the word bridge and thought, oh, it doesn't pertain to me. So pleading it with everyone as far as it really isn't, it's a maintenance project. It's really not related to a bridge. We're breaking up riprap, adding some riprap, paving, grinding down sidewalk. I mean, I can make it sound very simple. So I expressed that to all the contractors, identified the scope of the work, the timeline, and the flexibility for schedule, and did get 3 contractors who committed via email that they would bid on the project locally, and they're all contractors we've all worked with. So I've now reissued the bid for that project. So it appears with a lot of these, and you guys are a community of many, that it depends on the project to get interest. I mean, I had a utility job out for bid, and got 6 contractors, and then the next day, I had none. So, I mean, you're not an anomaly, it's just the nature of the economy right now. It's just absolutely terrible to find anyone willing to commit to anything. So with that being said, I did get 3 contractors that committed, so it's being rebid again, because we do need to get this done. The same for the sewer study, for the televising. I had to regroup, reach out to each one individually, and was able to get 2 of them to say, all right, you know. So just using personal contact. So if anybody is aware of any local contractors,
Well, Rooter out at Calcasas does sewer scope.
I know.
Okay.
And I had to reach out to them again and hope, yeah, and at the time, they said, nope, we're too busy, and so once I opened it up saying we'll be flexible to schedule, everybody was receptive again. So I think just doing that personal contact and, you know, reminding them it's their community, you know, local community and good to work with. So with that being said, the pavilion, I had my part done, I'm waiting on my electrical and HVAC subcontractor to get his plans back to me, but that will be out for bids this month. As far as, we've been talking to MEDC, we've got till the end of November for completion date, so I'm still not concerned. But it will be out for bids on the street this month for that project.
What'd you find out on the trusses? Was it feasible to
Oh,
do
yeah,
the
it's-
wing truss?
Well, and it's funny, since I started going to other communities and looking at pavilions now, and it's very common to see those low impact and low profile trusses that are decorative. They're very, very common. You know, once you actually start working on a project and noticing things, it's like, you know, a car, you buy one and then you see everybody has your same car. You know, so it's pretty funny. So no, my structural engineer did not swear at me. He was very good about it. And, so, and you can find a lot of those prepackaged units for them to install, so he really didn't have any concerns about it. But kind of going back to that, my concern with the open truss style originally was birds nesting and, you know, defecating on us, so. So that one's moving forward. As far, we'll find out this month on the Category B grant, and that'll kind of dictate how the sidewalk moves forward. Otherwise, as everyone knows, we did get a grant for the sidewalk extension, and that will be going this year. My hope is that we can integrate that with the Category B for paving for that same area. But if we don't get the grant, which I hopefully will, we find out this month.
We did get the sidewalk grant?
We did, yeah, that was last year. The village, we applied to Networks Northwest, we got $15,000. So we have that money to spend, and then you guys had appropriated some funds for sidewalk there in that area. So, but my hope is if we can incorporate it with the paving, we'll get, you know, more bang for our buck. And the sewer study's moving along, and I am gonna get with Sam, now that he mentioned he has the program for the sewer study for the rate analysis. You know, a lot of that, I think I can take some of the numbers and we can utilize that program, and I can help you with that sewer study, or as far as the rates are concerned, and incorporate it with the study as far as the assets. I'm trying to think of anything else that anybody has any questions for me on. You guys are keeping me busy, which I appreciate, so.
Tree grant that you sent.
Yeah, I sent a tree grant, yes, offered by DTE.
Similar to the Consumers Energy one that we are?
It is,
Okay.
yep. So DTE is offering funds for tree planting.
Is it matching?
Yes.
I
It was a
believe so,
match.
yeah.
It was a
See the matching?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you guys have to provide the labor, they provide the trees,
But you can use in-kind money as your,
your labor.
yeah,
As a
as your
match.
labor, as your match, so.
Do we have areas that we want trees for? That's the question.
Sam?
I would think we could probably find a few more areas. We've cut a few more down. I'm a firm believer, if we cut one down, we put one back. I know of two of them I cut up on Thomas Street that need, you know, so we could find some.
Did you wanna do that?
I am happy to help, yeah, anytime I see grants that apply for you guys, I try to pass them on, so I'm
I
happy
did
to.
the consumers one.
Yeah, I think
It's similar.
it is, yeah, very much so.
But we can do the consumers on our own.
At this point, I would say let's, if consumers puts a grant on, let's wait and let
DTE.
Rachel do it.
DTE.
Yeah.
This one's DTE. so-
Yeah, this one's DTE.
Yeah,
Consumers, this will be our third year, and we've got, those two have it down to the science with the orange cones and numbers and,
Rachel's got that thing right down to a pat.
And it's the
Ah,
same,
yeah.
yes,
are they offering, consumers offering?
they do, yes,
So-
yep, consumers
No,
always
no, for
offers,
another
one.
yep.
Okay.
But we just, was that in the fall or did we do that this year? We did
We
that
did it
this
in the
year.
fall, we did it last fall.
Last fall.
No, what DTE is offering is newer. They don't they haven't normally been offering these grants. Consumers, I know the gentleman that runs the program, and he says, unfortunately, not enough communities take advantage of it, so they always have funds.
That's
And
why I
they're always
said
welcome,
let's.
so I mean, even if you've received it for the last 3 years, I mean, no,
Put in 40 units.
there's no cutoff, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rachel, and me pick out the trees.
So I'm more than confident, but I'm happy to help if you need it.
Anything else? Good meeting tonight, thank you all for coming, need a motion to adjourn, please? Been moved and supported, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion is adjourned. Meeting is adjourned. Motion to adjourn. Hour and 20 minutes.
Motion's adjourned.